Do you think that living in Miami or South Florida has made you been able to be more successful in OnlyFans than if you were still living in Massachusetts?
Yeah, I mean, there would be nobody to create content with. There would be no models. The photography is just few and far between. It's not like I'm from Boston. I'm from Western Mass. So it's like 2 hours west of Boston. So people are like, oh, Massachusetts, Boston. I'm like, no, I don't say park the car in the Harvard yard. I say park the car in the Harvard yard. And I've never even seen Harvard. So. Right.
Yeah, that is definitely, I can only imagine. I've never been to Massachusetts, but I can only imagine how different it is than South Florida, because South Florida is really like a free-for-all. Like, you can be anyone here, do anything you want here with really no judgment. And I'm sure, like, how does your people back in Massachusetts, I mean, do they know you have an OnlyFans and do these things you do now?
Well, so my career choice, younger, I became a hairstylist, and then I also became a realtor. So I try to have I try to differentiate between the three, but and sometimes I have clients who are like, I've like blocked them, and they're like, oh, why aren't you letting me follow you and stuff? And I'm like, listen, you're just gonna have to accept me for what it is. And I've actually had a really good response. Everyone that has Nikky is Nikky, and you know what? And I'm damn proud of it. So with that being said, a lot of people don't. So, with very different career choices where, you have to be a chameleon, you have to adapt to one situation and then adapt to another. But yeah, I mean, I'm launching a clothing brand called Chameleon Clothing, and that's a big part of it is because, people are like, you're such a chameleon, you adapt to so many different, scenarios. And it's crazy because people will also say, you do too much, or, it's not good. And it's but I'm just passionate about everything. I love OnlyFans. I love, Instagram. I love modeling. I love doing hair, making people pretty. I love, going to see the most beautiful houses and, showing property, and then wheeling and dealing my way through, a deal and getting my client the best price. So it's just really an all over the place experience, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love creating my own path,
Right. What would you say the hardest thing about juggling all three of these very, very different careers?
There's not 36 hours in the day, for sure. People were it's last night I was shooting, and so then I stopped, I opened my laptop, I'm booking showings, I've got a client texting me at midnight. I'm trying to find out when my girlfriend who's leaving, who we're modeling together, so that I can do hair. And I'm all right, trying to just time management is for sure the hardest thing. Mm-hmm. In my head, there's 36 hours in a day, and I've gotten so accustomed to 4 hours of sleep a night, but.
Which is really hard. I mean, I know a lot of hairstylists, and I will say, this is kind of off topic, but they always have some crazy stories about their clients. Because I feel with, being a hairstylist, you're also kind of like a therapist to them. 100%.
So God blessed me with being an empath, so I can feel energy. And blessing in occurs 100%, but with being a hairstylist, you're just listening to these people, they're unloading on you, and you're not even a bartender. You don't even get to take a shot. You actually have to still make them look hotter than they came in the door.
You just go to the back and sniff the color.
The color. You're just trying to get any fumes possible. And praying to the hair gods, because you're just oh my God, this is just this woman, I can't even believe her life is like this right now. But I'm just walking there hi,
Of course.
So, my clients, a lot of them have become family to me, but. Mm-hmm. It's hard because it's just such a, like I said, a differentiation between all, three things.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Do you think that any of your clients or, your real estate clients have ever subscribed to your OnlyFans?
I do. I do a lot of men's hair too. So, I for sure know, because they'll say it on my OnlyFans, it's when are you gonna cut my hair naked? And I'm oh my God. I'm oh hi. Hi Sam, so it's and it's hard because I'm true to myself always, but I'm just so different in every career. It's like when I'm a realtor, I'm like, you know, all about being a realtor, hairstyles, you know, model, OnlyFans, content creator. That's my, like, you know, so when somebody comes in my DMs and on OnlyFans and they're like, oh, like, you know, like, why didn't you know, wear this? Like, I'll buy you some lingerie. And it's just like, okay. Like, but to me, it's like a little hot. Yeah, at the same time, I'm like, shit, okay. Yeah. Like, maybe I might do this.
The next time you cut Sam's hair, I'll give you a good tip.
Yeah, I was just, for sure. I was like, yeah, I mean, everything's negotiable, right? So.